So this week was transfer deadline day and it was as anticlimactic as ever.
Breaking news here at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland's third offer for Leonardo Joa has been rejected.
Managers and players have been telling Sky Sport reporters all day that they can go home, that no further business was going to be done.
Boys, there is no transfers. Finished. Go home. Go home. Finished.
Obviously, that's a bit mean to the reporters. It's not like the bosses at Sky are going to actually send them home. Oh, Arnautovic has said that Stoke are going to do no more business. Bilic has said that no more will be done at West Ham. So let's just bugger off home, lads. You think you're helping Bilic, but you're not. You're making life difficult in your silly little football bubble with no real understanding of the plight of the common man. How demoralising is it going to be for Sky reporters who are standing there in the freezing cold until 11:30 at night, despite having been told that there'll be no more business? The manager himself has said, fuck off home. At least give him, we're working to get bodies in, or some other cliche that means nothing at all. You don't actually have to do anything, Bilic. Just give these guys a bone. They're doing a real job. They're making content. Speaking of which, Mr. DT of Arsenal Fan TV did send us in some of that great content. Here's his prediction before the Watford game.
This is my preview of Arsenal versus Watford this evening. Arsenal will win comfortably. Watford are shit. Thanks for watching.
Great! Don't actually give a fucking shit. So fucking pissed off.
Don't worry, Arsenal fans, I'm not going to laugh at your result against Watford. I'm trying to be better. I realise that Ball Street's audience is all about football fans from all clubs, and me being a smug prick doesn't really help and turn some of you off. So Ball Street have sent me on some living with bias training, which you'll see in next week's episode of Talking Balls. Apparently some of the whining in the comments has turned into full-blown written complaints to my bosses. Doesn't matter if it's true, fake news. But that defeat to Watford does pose a dilemma because Arsenal are now having to go to Stamford Bridge and win. For the sake of the league, Arsenal have to get 3 points. And despite it pretty much meaning the end of Tottenham's hopes of winning the league as well, I still want Arsenal to lose. What's wrong with me? That I would put the success of my own football club aside just so Arsenal don't win a single game. Maybe I do have a problem. I'll tell you what, you tell me in the comments below, am I wrong for wanting Arsenal to lose even though it's going to hinder Tottenham's chances of winning the league? Should Chelsea prevail, they would have a seemingly unassailable lead heading towards the final quarter of the season. 12 points clear. And that is a problem. These are some of the things that are more likely than Chelsea slipping up in the title race. Donald Trump being converted to Islam, QPR being relevant again, Matty Taylor having a shred of dignity and respect. According to the official Liverpool website, Adam Lallana eats 8 meals a day. 8 fucking meals a day. Pasta, meat, cake, sweets. And look at him. He looks amazing. But he does run 12 kilometres a game and he's burning all that calories off. But Adam, when the football stops, you have to stop. You don't want to end up looking like 90s legend Jamie Pollock, who's famous for 2 things. This and this.
Sunshine, lollipops and...
Meanwhile, in Egypt,
تماما عمل سبرنت طالع محمد عواد باتريك ودول جهاز الطب ينزل له ممكن يحطها بشكل افضل من كده اعتقد
did you see the problem? Because I didn't, and no one playing did, and nor did the ref. If you missed it, you can see that the keeper is about 10 yards outside his box when he makes a save down at his right, using his right arm. The rules state that that's a red card, but alas, he remained and no one reacted at all. Now, I did a bit of reading on the internet about this because it's frankly bizarre that he stayed on the pitch. So here's a bit of pseudoscience for you. It's likely that the players and the ref missed it because the goalkeeper performed the exact motion that you'd expect him to. So the brain didn't register that anything was wrong. Also, the goalkeeper was out of his box very quickly, so the ref missed the fact that he was rushing towards the ball, so when the ref looked at him, he was stationary. Now, in order for the human being to function day in and day out, we rely on the brain to subconsciously make decisions for us. Like when you're reading, you only see the first and last letter of the word. The central letters can be in any order they want, and you can still read the sentence. The brain does the work for you, so check this one out. Essentially, the brains of the referee and the players were tricked into thinking nothing out of the ordinary had happened. Or the blind needs to fuck off down Specsavers and get some glasses.
Comments time. What a week. Transfers aplenty, sort of. After the window, we did a video with Ped and Chris and yourself.
Social Club.
Social Club. You can go check that out. We talked about the January transfer window and if it was pointless. And we also asked who won the transfer window. A few people had a few different answers. You can check that out in your own time. But Sil said Moisey won the window, clearly. He's got the band back together. So I think what he's referring to, of course, is Lescott, Brian Oviedo, Rodwell, Anichebe, himself, all there.
It's like
back together.
It's like he's regressing to a time where he used to be, kind of happy. Not even relevant. This is about his emotional sense here. He's trying to fix himself. Unfortunately, Sunderland are not a plaything for him to find equilibrium and happiness in his life. I mean, when was the last time he did anything? Anything that you could say, well done, David Moyes, good for you.
Everton are in a different place now.
When was
the
the
reason
last
they're
time?
in a different place is because of where he took them. They were perennial bottom
When was the last time you
before
thought,
that.
well done, David Moyes? When? Rather than, oh God, it's David Moyes, he's boring. When was the last time? Exactly, next question.
In the same video, we saw the greatest analogy of all time. Josh Hardy, that Rainbow Road analogy was brilliant. And it was. Chris Pajek, for anyone who hasn't played Nintendo 64 and the Mario Kart game, then what have you been doing?
Well, I spent most of my time fingering birds.
Rainbow Road, that first big dip and you can jump off and cut half the corner of half the map. That's what West Ham have tried to do to become a big club. But you know what? So often that's a really hard shortcut to take and you fall off the other side. This is exactly what West Ham have done. And what Southampton do is they've got a really fast car and they'll get there quicker and they're building properly.
But then
but West Ham didn't want to take that long road to success.
Hello, Paul.
Hello, Paul.
Why don't you sit down?
About Pajek.
We're talking balls.
This is going to be interesting, boys.
Can we get a mic for Paul?
Look, Paul Machin from Redmen TV and Ball Street and Social Club.
Can you hear that?
4 minutes
This sofa's struggling.
This
sofa is struggling in a huge way. Not because of you, it just has a 3. Paul, you love an analogy.
I'm a big fan of analogies, yeah.
And this one is superb. So if anyone doesn't know, there's a shortcut on Rainbow Road. You go, and then you sharp left and you make that jump.
Yeah.
And you make that jump and for a second you're in the abyss and you don't know if you're going to make it or not. And that is West Ham to a T because they made it, they jumped it, they got over the fence. And it looked like it was happening, it looked like it was rosy. And now it's kind of blown up in the face.
Did they get over the fence?
I think they got over the fence.
They had a little moment where they were over the fence, I think, and then you finally think, well, we've got Payet. He's the player that will push us on to the next thing. And then they went to the stadium and they just fucked it.
I choose to think that they were lucky to be selected as a character, and that's how they were. No, but that's what I mean. I think in trying to take the shortcut, they fucked it. They've not got over the other side of it.
Here's another question for you. With that shortcut, sometimes you just bash into the side. Who is that club that wants to make the jump, wants to get that shortcut, wants to be that big club, but just keeps smashing into the fence? Let us know
QPR.
below. Not QPR, we're not even in the race currently.
Well, saying that, it was QPR. I remember that Premier League season when he spent all that money.
Yeah, maybe it was a little bit QPR, wasn't it? Yeah. On Social Club on Monday, James from the Reed Network was there. He was confusing a few people though. Joe Ross, I can't work out the Villa fans' accent. It's not full Brummie, but I can't work it out. Any help? Well, if it's accents you need some advice on, then maybe I should, because I know what I'm doing there.
Yeah.
Robbie. 2 defeats against #United. It's just not good enough. What have you learnt from those defeats? Wow. Fucking hell. That is so bad. I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. Let's see what this isn't going to work out. We'll try Scaff. Angie! That felt horrible. Hey, Robbie. So what do you say to those? Tell me it's over.
Just to answer the question, he was actually born in Birmingham, but 3 years old, moved to Stoke. That's why he's got that weird accent.
And final comment of the week, in the Social Club video, are clubs cheating fans out of FA Cup runs? Callum Atkins said, Alan Shearer is a genuine football man and talks sense. Now, Callum, I'm sure you're a lovely man with common sense and all sorts of other beautiful bits and pieces.
because he sounds like a dickhead.
Well, hang on. Yeah, but What? I don't really know what a genuine football man is.
You know.
I don't.
He's a good man.
He'll
He's football.
kick you in the head when you're on your knees in the touchline.
A real football man is someone who is committed but lacks a certain amount of skill and class.
Right.
That's a good football man.
Okay, so with that definition in mind, that is the question for this week. Let us know in the comments below. Let's give us your examples of genuine football men.
If you like Jose Mourinho, then he's a Machiavellian genius who in defeat removes the blame from the team and onto himself. Look at Paul Pogba. The player has been underperforming and especially bad against Hull this week. The stories were most likely going to be written about how the world record transfer signing has again failed to live up to the hype. Instead, Mourinho's behaviour in the press conference and in interviews stole the show.
Yesterday, one foreign official told to a manager, I enjoy very much your passion, so do what you want to do. Today I was told, sit down or I have to send you to the stands.
So look at what Mourinho has done here. To most managers, the whole draw would be a game to forget and you move on. But he shifted the story not once, not twice, but 3 times, so that all of the attention is no longer about him, about anything he's done. It's on Klopp. It's genius, but very irritating. So Mourinho has planted the seed in the minds of the media and officials that Klopp has an issue with keeping cool. It's clever stuff. Machiavelli once said, the man who wants to act virtuously in every way necessarily comes to grief among so many who are not virtuous. Remember to subscribe to Bull Street, give it a like and comment below because we are interested in what you have to say, genuinely.